ignite Abuja. I think that's how much we can take from the Sporting Sun.
All right, and from the Sporting Sun, we touched down at Vanguard newspaper, as this newspaper has exciting stories for us, like AFCON goal against Cameroon gave me goosebumps, says Ademola Lookman out Anthony Joshua. It's going to be interesting. We also have the story, it says Boniface Teller Lookman historic Europa League final, and Balogu may miss Hearts clash. We hear that Akintola Ofili released Olympics relay ticket, and AB marks 41st birthday in style. Punch boosts Lagos Education District to Sport Festival, I beg your pardon, with books. And Finidi to name Eagles assistant coach very soon. Oshola, my love for photography. And this one says Real Madrid are through to UEFA Champions League final, pipped by Bayern by 2-1. Hidden gem. Midfield Dynamo Olaoyi dazzling in Turkey. And we hear that Ogumode turns electrical as MPFL title battles intensify. And this one says from Messi's admirer to rising star. Talking about Cookie, a young lad who is doing the Lord's work. And finally, from Punch newspaper, OKZ sends a warning to Paris Olympic rivals. How I escaped from burning car. And wrestling boss speaks.
Okay, guys, to Vanguard Sports, this one is saying we are not desperate to win trophy. This according to Rangers. Djokovic says he's ready to peak at French Open. No one expects us, says Marco Reus as Dortmund return to Wembley. Diego Maradona 1986 stolen World Cup ball to be auctioned. Unbelievable. Sancho react to Champions League win over Paris Saint-Germain. At 150,000 people expected at Olympic Flame arrive in France. And of course, we hear Real Madrid beat Bayern Munich in the UEFA Champions League semis, book finals with Dortmund at Wembley. Bayern coach Tuchel makes 3 changes for the Madrid showdown, but it didn't work out well for him. That's coming from that one. Also, we hear Thiago to return to hometown club Fluminense at the end of the season. And of course, Ancelotti confident that his team can win the title. Talking about the UEFA Champions League. Okay, that's how much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper.
And we touched on a daily post from the Vanguard newspaper, and this one reads: a 2026 World Cup qualifier burst for Super Eagles as Trust Ekong returns to full training. Oseni hails a Sunshine Queens over Federation Cup win against Greenfoot. And in the UEFA Champions League, Tuchel lists the 3 reasons Bayern Munich lost to Real Madrid. And Gareth Bale reacts as Real Madrid beats Bayern, reached another finals. You aren't playing Mickey Mouse team. Thierry Henry slams Tuchel. I am sorry, I made a mistake. Bayern's delete slams linesman claims linesman apologized over disallowed goal. Okay, I take that again. This one says, I am sorry, I made a mistake. Bayern's delete claims linesman apologized over disallowed goal. And Carlo Ancelotti names Real Madrid star to win Ballon d'Or. Sunday Olise names player to win Ballon d'Or. Hails Ancelotti as Real Madrid defeated Bayern. And in the EPL, this one says he has everything. Bayern legend Owen Hargreaves names player to help Arsenal wins the title.
Okay, guys, that's how much we can take from the newspaper review. Let's go straight to the local scene. And where else would it begin from? Of course, it has to be the UEFA Champions League. Should I say, come on. It has to be from the NFF. Don't worry, that'll be the second part of the show. Absolutely. But anyway, let's go from the NFF. We hear the NFF has listed 30 women to participate in the CAF C coaching licensing course. We hear also the men's A and B are upcoming. That's also according to the technical director of the NFF, talking about Austin Ewavam. Said they are just waiting for the approval of CAF, and then we'll have the license A and license B coaching courses here in Abuja. But good one for the ladies. First of all, we hear beautifully they have, of course, 30 women who will participate in the CAF license A.
Sport Bishop, I must tell
Licensee, I beg your pardon.
When this news broke out yesterday, I was super elated. We have had enough of the men, and we have just few women doing well in coaching, both in the
NFF says a way to develop women football.
Absolutely. In fact, I was speaking with a long-time women coach for the under-17, sometimes in 2004. Another person bought Florence Eswena. Florence Eswena was a coach that was relatively unknown until she graduated to coach in the under-17 team way back in 2004. And she was very, very happy. She will be part of the women that will be going for this coaching course. If you look at the Super Falcons, if you look at the Flamingos, if you look at the Falconets, they barely have women coaching this team. It is usually the men from the Basiak Band to the
Edwin Ocon,
Randy Waldron, and all of them. But all in all, thumbs up to a certain Austin Eguavo, thumbs up to this initiative, and thumbs up to every woman that will be participating for this coaching course. As for the men, the Coach B and the Coach C license,
like A and B, for C for the ladies,
that will be coming up very soon. A and B fans.
Yeah.
I must also commend the NFF. If there's anything we need to appreciate them for, it is for this coaching course. It will help.
It's been a long time, almost 2 decades. We had something like this.
Absolutely. And when we wanted to have something like this under the then chairmanship of Amadou Pinija, of course, you know how it went. We asked for money. Money was released, but along the line, something happened to the money, and we could not hold that coaching course. But thumbs up to Gusso and his
lead board. Yeah, absolutely. We leave the NFF for a moment and then touch down what's going on with one man, Finidi George. He says he does not want Amokachi. He says he does not want Amonike. We hear the NFL wants him to work with Daniel Amokachi and Vincent Yama as goalkeeping coach. But he says no. He wants to bring 3 foreign assistants to join him to do the job. And we hear he will be allowed to get his assistants, but what the news we're getting from the NFL is that they will also infuse Daniel Amokachi and Vincent Yama.
Somehow, the NFF still want to dictate what Coach Finidi George will do.
They've agreed for the foreign coach now.
This will be counterproductive, Sport Bishop, for our sports, for the Super Eagles, and for the qualification for the World Cup. As much as the NFF also wants a certain Daniel Mokachi to be involved in the coaching board of Coach Finidi George, it is the prerogative of the coach to determine who he wants to work with. We hear that Etienne has distanced himself from the job.
Yeah.
We also hear the under-19 coach of the USA national team.
He said he doesn't want to be an assistant coach.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you look at the money spending, if you look at also the job security, of course he would distance himself. But all in all, let the NFF allow Coach Finidi George do what he needs to do to get us the ticket. Because if we have any man working with him and this man does not share the same philosophy or ideology as he does share, it's going to be counterproductive. And this is what we do not want. Players are clamoring for Coach Finidi George. We saw, what's his name now, the captain of the team,
William Troost Ekong,
coming out to say, Infinity George, I stand. Infinity George, I trust. Kenneth Omeru and Demola Lupon, they have all come out to pledge allegiance to Coach Finidi George. Any coach that will come that is contrary against Finidi George, it will be hellish for the Super Eagles. Anyway,
we'll wait and see how things pan out from that one. We'll keep up to the speed with who this assistant coach will be from Europe. Come on, we all know he's been there for some time now before he came back to join up with Ayimba. Okay, moving on to under 17 quickly. We hear that the girls will depart today for Bamako for that game on Saturday against the Burkina Faso. Unfortunately, can't play at Ouagadougou. We know that already. We've talked about that on the show. The pitch hasn't gotten the go-ahead by CAF, so they play in Mali. But the big news here is that CAF has now reappointed new officials for that game, Tenebe Bakayoko from Mali will be the 4th official. Ououn Suleiman Kane from Mauritania and Aya Irene Oua from Cote d'Ivoire have been retained. But we hear that Tenebe Bakayoko from Mali will now be the 4th official. But Jocelyn Nasamimba, who was the 4th official alongside Burundi compatriot Savis Iratunga and Fedis Bungarambona, and Alida Aradungunda to be the referee before, but now there's been a change of plan. We're going to see a Mali 4th official and assistants from Mauritania and, of course, Cote d'Ivoire.
for this reshuffling that, of course, the CAF have done, I think it's laudable because they really know why.
Yeah.
They have all of these reshuffling as against the initial officials that ought to take up precedence in that game and the tournament at large.
Absolutely.
But then, it is something that we must not question them. If even though we can ask questions, but we must not fault whatever reasons for this reshuffling. I heard coaches from Mali will also be there, of course, they are our neighbors. We expect them to be fair.
It's even easy. I think it's cost effective. They're playing in Mali. Why not use a Mali official?
Absolutely, provided the referee will be fair.
Absolutely.
And knowing that, yes, I am in my country, of course, let me do something, Akibanki. I will trust CAF. CAF will definitely take measures if there's anything, any officiating that is wrong. But all in all, thumbs up to CAF. And of course, congratulations to the referees that have been called up for this one.
We go to the Federation Cup, and let's let you know that Nasarawa United has debunked any action about the strike. We had the captain of the team, that is Nasarawa United, King Osanga, a former junior international, said the news are baseless, that the team did not embark on any strike as we see on the web. He said the management have taken proactive measures to ensure that their match bonuses are made available. So for all the news carried that the captain Osanga Kingsley, a former Nigerian international, has debunked the news.
When you talk about leadership, when you talk about being proactive, when you talk about speaking when you need to speak at the right time, at the right place, King Osanga have done well. I remember watching him with the under-20. He was impeccable, both on the pitch and of course off the pitch. He's a master class. Coming out to debunk such news, well, for a captain, I expect him to say such. And also, if there's anything true about the strike, the way he spoke concerning the strike, and see how he can speak in favor of his taxpayers.
Exactly.
Of course, I would definitely give him a thumbs up. As a coach, as a captain, he has spoken as a leader. But just like I will always say, there's no smoke
without fire. Anyway, guys, the Women's Air Federation President Federation's Cup games went down yesterday. Big win for the likes of Nigeria Alters, Remo Stars, Abia Angels, not forgetting Honey Badgers as well. Fortunately, one FCT team had to go down because we already know that, unfortunately, the two of them are meeting. One must pursue one from the competition. It's as normal as that. Okay, now the full results of some selected games yesterday. Remo Stars ladies beat Osclin by 4-0. Abia Angels were 8-0 better than Kasmong ladies. Nigeria Tels were 7 goals better than N-Youth Academy. Kwara ladies beat Ahudia Queens 3-1. Sunshine Queens beat Greenfoot 3-1. That's good. After the Ondo Commission, the Ondo State Commissioner had absolutely. Plateau United ladies won. Honey Badgers 3. That game was played in Lafayette. Gallant FC Neo Oshun Babes 2. Edo Queens were the biggest winner and they dedicated their win to their governor. 8-2 win against Kada Queens. Delta Queens beat Fortress ladies by 2-0. But I can tell you, walkovers went down yesterday. Dallas ladies were awarded a 3-0 win against Mighty Jets of Mata because Mighty Jets did not show up. Nasarawa Amazons also got a 3-0 win against Sud the Queens because Sud the Queens did not show up, and Bayelsa Queens were given a 3-0 victory against Bright Future because Bright Future Queens did not show up.
What could be the reason why they
logistics.
This is one of the issues that we have been facing in our league, most especially the women and the NLO, in terms of much walkovers as well as violence. But all in all, it was a beautiful game, Sport Bishop, yesterday. It was goals galore. 10 goals thriller between Edo Queens and Akada ladies. It was amazing, as well as Nigeria Ratels. They actually put 7 past their opponents. These were the biggest wins yesterday, and it was a fantastic game of football from our women. And moving further, we now know the round of 16. Yes, the ladies that will be playing in the round of 16 after the round of 32. Some games went down and other games will proceed.
Absolutely.
As well as the Super 6 that will be coming down very, very soon.
Yeah.
I love women football.
Absolutely. The Super 6 will be a round-robin game. The coach of Rivers United is happy with it. Talking about Obunda. He said he's satisfied with round-robin game where everybody will play each other. Also, we heard Rangers has gotten some new partners. Kitchen Pastries will be their official pastry provider, while Puzzle Classic West Africa will now be their club official clothes designer. And Macris Kitchen is now their club official chef. Rangers are cooking from a DJ. They don't have official everything at the club DJ right now.
For the men,
absolutely.
Chef for the women,
absolutely.
Coach, psychology.
And of course, Bayelsa United will survive relegation. That's according to the Commissioner of Sport in Bayelsa State, Daniel Igali. He said they would make it. And then finally, we know the scheduled game is for tonight between Kwara United and, of course, Rivers United. That game we played in Kwara State, in Ilorin precisely. We hear that Kwara are depending on their fans to get them victory quickly. On 60 seconds, Kwara United, Rivers United must bounce back from that loss to Remo Stars.
Absolutely. They are en route. They are on quest Rivers to definitely qualify for the continent after finishing in the quarterfinals have been trounced out of the competition. Of course, about it, they are not African rivals, but all in all, I expect to see a good game later tonight.
Yeah, 4 p.m.
Again, later this afternoon against Aquara United. It's going to be urgent. It's going to be dicey, end-to-end football. But I expect Rivers United to bounce back well, despite playing away from home. And as for Rivers Angels, a good one in terms of fortifying their team, both male and female, trying to see how they can get the job done, as well as making sure that the Super Six is a round-robin game where every team will be tested.
Absolutely.
If they'll be trusted, only time will tell.
Okay, guys, now we go from the local scene. Let's go to the foreign scene. I can tell you, when you hear that sound, there's something that happens to you. It changes your scenery, it changes your feeling. It takes you to a different level, a different pot. You begin to imagine football in the heavenlies. And that's what happened yesterday night. We thought Madrid were being thrown out of the competition at their own backyard again. 2 late goals from Oseni in the 88 and 90 plus 1 minute was enough to send Thomas Tuchel out of the competition and condemn Bayern Munich to their first trophyless season in 11 years. Fine boy.
And when you talk about a team that knows how to get the job done, you are talking about Real Madrid in the Champions League. I had a solemn, extensive meditation on Real Madrid after the game last night.
Absolutely.
Going to the first game, they went up through Vinicius Jr., assisted by Toni Kroos. And then in the early hours of the second half, it was Leroy Sané and a certain Harry Kane who converted from the penalty spot.
And then Vinicius Jr. happened again.
2 goals to 1.
Yeah.
But before then, I saw the fighting spirit. I saw the hunger. I saw the never say die attitude of Real Madrid. And then Rodrigo was fouled in at the box 18, courtesy by a certain Kim Jae. And of course, this man stepped up. A man, according to breaking news, is in the pole position to win the Ballon d'Or 2024.
Okay.
And trust me, he deserves every good thing that is coming his way. And then he leveled the score. Coming back to the Santiago Bernabeu Sport Bishop yesterday, a substitute from Thomas Tuchel.
A disastrous, taking out Musiala and Harry Kane very early, quite early.
Before then, he took out a certain injured Serge Gnabry and brought in a certain
Alphonso David. Absolute brilliant.
Was a guy that changed the tide.
Absolutely.
But after that, I saw a certain Don Carlo. He was calm. He was patient.
He's been there before.
He was calculating.
He's been there before.
That changed the complexity
Modric,
of the game. A certain Oseni came in, Modric came in, and Eduardo Camavinga came in to bring in power, skill, defense, and tenacity. And the likes of Modric brought in creativity, brought in experience, and of course, Joselu brought in
goals.
Position. You needed to see the way he scored those.
Out in the 50 minutes to ensure that they played a 1-0 draw with Klopp was on target in the 4-0 victory.
It was the deciding factor.
Absolutely.
His goal is a total play. His complexity in the attack is towering and powerful figure. Made sure that the defense could not leave their position to join the midfielders as well as the attack. Good one for our own Paul Onuachu. Picking
he seems to enjoy Turkey than England.
The Saints wasn't a good move for him.
Absolutely. In the Europa League tonight, Atlanta will take on Olympique de Marseille. Bayern Munich at the Bay Arena, 48 game unbeaten. Can they make it 49 when they play Roma? In the Conference League, Olympiacos will take on Aston Villa. That game for 8 p.m. in the Europa Conference League.
Bayern Munich, Bayern Leverkusen, I beg your pardon, just avoid defeat. Ending a draw will take them to the final. Remember that they are on a 2-0 aggregate win in the first leg, while that of Atlanta, it ended in a 1-1 draw. But then Aston Villa 4-2.
4-2. Can they turn the tie in Greek? In
away
Greece?
From home? I don't think so. End of the road for Unai Emery.
Unai Emery said this is the biggest game of their career. Anyway, guys.
Away from home.
Anyway, we heard the former head of Spanish football, Luis Rubiales, will stand trial for sexual assault over his unsolicited kiss at the World Cup final against on Gianni Hermoso. The man is still saying he has done no wrong so far. Wait and see how that pans out. Quickly, we hear Osaka was back to the court for her first game in the Italian Open since 2021, winning certain Clara Burel from France 7-6, 6-1 in that encounter. That's her first win over a top 50 opponent since she beat Victoria Azarenka in the French Open in 2019. And of course, the NBA, we hear that Denver's Nuggets center Nikola Jokic has joined some of the NBA All-Star grade by winning the League Most Valuable Player award for the 3rd time. That guy is absolutely brilliant.
Of course, we must give it to him. When it comes to the game of basketball, just only few players comes close to him. As for Naomi Osaka, I am happy to see this woman back. Ever since she gave birth to her baby, she has been out.
She's back and she's winning games.
She's back and better.
Former world number 1.
I love her.
Absolutely.
I'm in love with her again.
Wow. Anyway, the New York Knicks are 2-0 up in the series. They beat the Indiana Pacers 130 to 121. And I tell you, it's going to be a long road for the Indiana Pacers to get back in the semifinal of the conference. Okay, that's how much we can take, fine boy, on the show. But don't forget, 4 p.m. at the Sport Lounge. We'll talk about everything sports just for your listening pleasure. Like we say,
we are done
and we are gone.
God bless.
No stress. Adios. Up next is news around Abuja.